All right, hello. Just testing to make sure that everything is working correctly. Just have the stream pulled up over here. See what the window states as far as which of the keys it ended up using. Let's see here. Boom. Close this down. Go over here. Hello. Just checking the levels here. 1 second. And yeah, it gives the wrong title. Bother. Can I see if I can edit this on the fly? I don't know if I can. Can I edit? Can I reset? No, I don't want to cancel the stream. Oh well. Looks like it's just copy work and what's it called? Shorthand, copy work, and dictation practice. Oh well. Okay. Well, we'll leave it up for now, but so at the moment, I'm just going to minimize. I can actually close this screen here. Let's go back over. And unfortunately, I can't change the key, but we're not really doing shorthand practice at the moment. What I'm doing is, oh, did that crash? Oh, too bad. What I'm doing is I am developing a list or showing the demonstration of one of the good uses of AI is as a research assistant, right? So, of course, for creativity, it's not very good, but this is one of the benefits, if you will, and that is the ability to, well, let me go ahead and make sure this is live. Experiment and tinker with them. Good uses of AI is as a research assistant. There we go. So let me just put this up over here so I can kind of keep track, have a secondary level of checking information out. And so what I have here is I have on the left side of my screen, and I'm sharing the screen as I'm seeing it. On the left side of my screen, I have a search that I did in ChatGPT in order to determine what sort of mathematical books are free and are of an older style. So these are all books that you can get through Google Books, and so it acquired this list. As you see, it is Foundations and Elementary Mathematics. This includes logic and proof, arithmetic, mental arithmetic, elementary algebra, intermediate algebra, college algebra and functions, theory of equations, and then it then goes on to geometry and trigonometry, combinatorics, probability and statistics, calculus and analysis, linear algebra, abstract algebra, and number theory, and what else? Differential equations, dynamics and modeling, topology, higher geometry. What is this? Section 8 is functional analysis, numerical mathematics, and optimization. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. Recommended historical reading spine, so it's giving you the idea of the direction we want to go. So at the moment, all I want to do is, and I'm actually going to make sure that I have chat pulled up over here just in case. Let's see, I might have to double check. Let me go over. This is the elements. So this is one of the actual books. This is what it would look like, okay? What I need to do is I'm going to go back over to the stream. Hold on. Let me go over to just change my view here for a second. Go back and I'm going to make sure that I have the stream pulled up so I can read the comments in case anything comes through. And so right now what I'm focusing on is acquiring a list of all these books and adding them in a list on a Google library page, okay? So what you will have access to, hold on, let me go over to my page. I go to home, go to Nathan, view my channel, and what you're going to be able to see is, and can I change it? Once I'm in the page, can I actually edit it? I would love to be able to edit the stream. Library page, okay? So can I? Oh, it looks like I can. So let me see if I can edit the page. Let's see here. Oh, stop talking. Okay. So what you will have access to is a list of, all the, hold on, I'm going to always have this on top. You will have access to a list of all the books that I find during the course of this stream, and it will be in the description below this video. I will have to probably change it after the fact because unfortunately, it looks as if I'm not able to change the description. I'm currently in the page right now looking to, oh, hey, it looks like I can. Okay, so I'm going to change a couple things here. The first thing is this is mathematics textbook sourcing. Okay, so that's actually that is the nature of this particular stream. So mathematics textbook sourcing, and just for right now, I need to change the description. So this is finding mathematics textbooks. Okay. Let's go ahead and get a stream or a timer started, by the way. Finding mathematics textbooks. Note-taking, we're going to go ahead and get rid of some of these keywords. We don't need that. We don't need the Amazon affiliate link, any of that material. We'll leave the shorthand library up because I might end up doing some terms here. No ambience track, audio source on. Let's, I do need to drop a link in the source for the Google library. Let's go over to the library here to confirm. Come on. Okay. So, of course, just skip forward in the listing. All right, good. Let me turn the volume down on this stream over here. Okay. So, let's see here. I'm going to go over to my library, Google Library. An excellent resource for, it's an excellent resource for free books. I mean, you can also purchase books as well, but I like it for a lot of the public domain books. So let's see here. I have a library in here that is titled Mathematics, okay? And let me go ahead and copy the link. The collection is public, so you will be able, in the description to this video, once I make the edits, let's go over here to video details, link to the Google This is going to be the Google Library, Mathematics Library. Okay. And there's the link for it here. And let's go ahead and just change out we'll just change the picture here quickly. I don't know. Let's do the turtle. Oh, you can't see it. Bother. Can I do any? Well, let's go back to pictures, sketches. I'm just trying to grab some sort of image here, but it doesn't look like there are any that would work. Oh, we'll leave it blank. Okay. So I think that's everything here. Let's go ahead and save playlist. As far as which playlist this is going to go in, this should go in, do I have math study? Where's that shorthand? Oh, shorthand. Of course, it should be saved in live streams, and this one should be saved in mathematics. Let's see here. There we go. All right. I think that's it. So let's go ahead and save the changes. Hopefully this updates for you guys and you'll be able to see the change in the video. Let's go ahead and go to the cancel. Oh, it doesn't want to save. Are we frozen now? Hopefully you guys can see this. It looks like it changed, so let's see if we can go to the video link and see if it updated mathematics textbook sourcing. Looks like the stream is working. Did it change the name? Oh, does it not? It doesn't want to save. Are we frozen now? Hopefully you guys can see this. It looks like it. All right, good. So let's see if we can go to the video link and see if it updated the name. Oh, come on. Volume off. All right, so it looks like everything is working now as it should be. We have the stream up and running. Let me make sure that the link is there. You can have access to the Google Library, and the mathematics library is there. Excellente. So now let's go ahead and get started. I think I can show I can turn my screen back on. And let's minimize this one here. All right, so let's get started. Where is the view? We're going to go back to writing presentation, and so this is just going to be this is going to be the screen. Let's go ahead, go. All right, doom doom doom. Turn these back on. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to start at the top, and these recommendations, so I'll show you the prompt that I asked for. Where was that? The prompt to this particular question was here, right? If we scroll through. Yes. So the prompt was give me classic free texts for each branch of mathematics that are available for free on Google Books, preferably older textbooks. So it went out and it is giving me the classic texts for each of the different domains. So the first one is logic and proof, okay? Now, I have already added it. If you can see, let's see here, we have the name, or the first book in the mathematics library is located here, and it is The Elements of Logic, a textbook for schools and colleges, being the elementary lessons in logic. So there's our first one. The next one is going to be Augustus de Morgan, Elements of Arithmetic, okay? And we want the 1840 to 1869 editions. So if we grab this, we can copy the link, and I'm just going to go over here, and we're just going to keep everything on this side. And here is the free version. This is the 1869 edition. Notice this one is also the free version. So I'm going to do one of two things. First of all, I'm going to save the PDF, and of course I have to enter the little CAPTCHA in order to show that I am not a robot. And then I'm just going to save the file. It is saved in the reading list, okay? And then I'm going to go back, and I'm going to save this particular textbook to the mathematics library collection, which once again you guys have access to. So in a way, I'm doing I'm your research assistant of a research assistant. Okay, so I had AI go out and find the list of books, and then I am making sure that there are copies that are available for you to read on Google Books, okay, which is in the link below this video. And now we just plug away. So that was the arithmetic version, and then we have mental arithmetic, okay? So let's see, there's copy link. I'm not going to check these books from AI at the moment. I'm just going through and making sure that I have links to all the sources. So this is Colburn's First Lessons, Intellectual Arithmetic. It's saved in mathematics, and probably for right now, I'm going to save them to the library, and then I will make sure I have PDF versions available after the fact, okay? Next thing is elementary algebra. And let's go ahead and copy the link here, and we're going to paste the link over on the right hand side. Same thing. All right, and we're going to add it to the arithmetics, or to the arithmetic. Okay, and next is intermediate algebra. We copy the link, All right. And we paste it over here on the right-hand side. Oh. There we go. And this is also the free version. It's the read free of charge. And we're going to place it in the mathematics library. Okay. Next one is, so we did George Wentworth. Now we're going to do the Henry Bouchard Fien college algebra. Same thing. We're going to copy the link and we're going to paste it over here on the right-hand side. And we're going to save the file. So that's another one added to the list, all right? And then we have Theory of Equations by Leonard Eugene Dickinson. So we're going to copy the link to that book, paste it. And first course in the Theory of Equations. We're going to save the file, put it in mathematics, okay? And that is all of the first books, and this one would be Foundations and Elementary. This is Foundations and Elementary Mathematics, okay? Now, once we have that set, we need to go on to geometry and trigonometry. And right now, we're just doing, like I said, we are just acquiring all the books, putting them in the library, and then we're going to go through and do some more rigorous searching, okay? So, hold on, let's go back here. I don't need to open up the link. I need to copy the link, and I'm going to paste the link here. Up. All right, this is Plane and Solid Geometry, also by Wentworth. We're going to save the file to mathematics, okay, and move on to the next one. We then have Euclid, translated by Heath, the 13 books of Euclid, and this is just the gold standard. I don't want the link, I want the tab, I want the link. So we'll paste that over here. And it says the preview is unavailable. So what we need to do is we need to see if we can find the free version of this one. It is a little bit tricky to find it, the 13 books of Euclid. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and go by full view, okay? Which is a little tricky. So this is volume 1, the 13 books of Euclid. This is volume 1. Let's see how many pages this is. Volume 1. This is a facsimile of a page. This is volume 3, volume 2. How many pages long is this book? This will tell us by Euclid, and then this is Heidelberg. So we need, the editor is Sir Thomas Little Heath, the 13 books of Euclid's Elements, volume 1. The translator, where's our page count? We're looking for page count. Page count is 432 pages. Dover Publications right here. This one we might have to, I might have to go ahead and get the full version. So what I'll do is we'll go back to, what was that, the 13 books that ChatGPT gave us at the first. And for right now, let's see, do they have a preview available? Can we get this book? We could check our library. I am going to save it for the moment. There are free versions available, but I'm not going to worry about that in particular, okay? The next source is going to be plane and spherical trigonometry. And once again, I'm going to copy the link over here. I'm going to paste it right in here. Treatise on plane and spherical trigonometry. We're going to save the file in mathematics. Boom, done. Move on to analytical trigonometry. Copy the link, paste it over here. Okay, and from this book. Interesting. This is the old version? Google Books. Well, that's interesting. Notice it changed the format. This must be in classic. This must be in the classic form. Let's see if we can search for this book. What was this? This was the Lewis P. Sikloff, George A. Wentworth. So let's go ahead and copy this value. And we're going to place this in the library search. So this is Google Books. We'll put this in here. And what we're doing is we are looking for the full, we're looking for full view, right? Analytic geometry, page 210. This might be it, analytic geometry. That looks right, yes. Okay, and is this the same source? 1922, perfect. So let's go ahead and save that in mathematics. Moving on, we have projective geometry. Copy the link, paste the link, copy, paste, and then we save this version. This is Projective Geometry Volume 1. Very good. We're going to save it in our mathematics library. And once again, every book that I'm saving in the library is available for you to peruse at your leisure on, or it's the link under this video. Let me actually go ahead and check. Did that update? I need to make sure that this updated over here. Mathematics and text. Yes, good. All right. Okay, moving forward, so we've done analytic geometry. We did projective geometry, and that has been saved. Now we have non-Euclidean geometry, and this one, let's go ahead and copy the link. That was from 1912. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and add this. Oh, did I grab the wrong? I must have grabbed the wrong link. Non-Euclidean. Let's copy that link and let's paste the link here. Oh, interesting. Is it not saving? Full view, non-Euclidean, copy, Control A, and paste. Oh, copy link. There we go. I was looking at the wrong copy. Cancel. I need to paste this link here. Non-Euclidean geometry. Now this is the 2012 version. I'm looking for Non-Euclidean Geometry by Robert Bonola. Now that's the 2015 version, 1985, Robert Bonola. Let's look up full view. I don't know. I think it might have, there might be a little bit of hallucination on this one because I'm only seeing 2012. I'm not seeing 1912. So I don't know what it is thinking with that. All I see is 2018, fourth dimension. Yeah, I think, oh, hold on. Here it is. Non-Euclidean geometry, a critical, there it is, professor in the University of Pavia. Very nice. Authorized English translation with additional appendices by H.S. Carslaw with an introduction. Excellent. So let's go ahead and add this to the listing, mathematics. And then we have our final one is differential geometry. And we paste that here. Now, once again, this is not a definitive list. This is just to get you started, really. So this is a treatise on the differential geometry of curves and surfaces, okay? It has been added to the library, which once again is accessible below this video. Moving forward, we now move to section 3, which is combinatorics, probability, and statistics. So we're going to copy the link once again. This is by Whitworth, William Allen Whitworth, Choice and Chance. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and paste that in the link here, an elementary treatise on permutations, combinations, and probabilities. So we're going to go ahead and save this file. And then we're going to do advanced combinatorics. We're going to copy the link, and we're going to paste the link over here on the right-hand side of the page. And we go through, we save the file. This is volume 1, McKinnon, Percy A. McMahon, and we save it in mathematics. We then have statistics by Arthur Leon Bowley, Elements of Statistics, if I can speak correctly. And we paste that value here on the right-hand side. We're going to save in mathematics, okay? Then we have Graph Theory Precursor, and we're going to copy the link, and we're going to paste the link, okay? Mathematics, Recreation, and Essays. So this one, it gave us the wrong one. We want the free version. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of a search. And that's really why I'm here, isn't it? So that we can, any of these links that ChatGPT fails to produce correctly, yes, I know. It's detected unusual traffic because I don't move this quickly normally. We have Mathematical Recreations and Essays. This is the 1914 version. It was originally published in 1911. Let's make sure that this book is the correct one. It appears to be Library of Princeton University, Mathematical Recreations and Essays. Okay? This is not a modern graph theory textbook. Includes network, route coloring, and combinatorial problems. So once again, let's just add it to the listing in mathematics. Moving on. Graph theory became a coherent textbook field relatively late. Dennis Koenig's 1936 work is the first major systematic graph theory treatise, but the English Google edition I located is not an old full view scan. For your historical use, it would be Whitworth, Rusball, McMahon, and eventually add a modern graph theory source, which is perfectly fine. In fact, let's go ahead and search for that book. It said that it's not a full view, but I'll go ahead and add it to the library. Colburn can be studied separately as a model of inductive mathematical pedagogy. Okay. But for right now, let's go ahead and add Dennis Koenig's. So Dennis Koenig's 1936 work is the first. So we want that name, and we're going to go ahead and copy it and put it in our sources. So over here, 1936. Dennis Koenig, 1936, is the first major systematic graph theory treatise. Denny Koenig, and it was what? Graph theory. Okay. Theory of finite and infinite graphs. That looks domination in graphs. Theory of finite and infinite graphs. Which publication is this? Translated with 212. When was this first? Graph theory treatise. Theory of finite and infinite graphs by Koenig. One is Euler's solution of the Königsberg, and so runs the graphic tail. This looks Koenig's first chapter. Let's go ahead and save the book in mathematics, and we'll come back to it later, okay? Moving on, we then have calculus, and this is Isaac Todhunter. And we're going to go ahead and copy the link, and we will paste the link over here. A treatise on differential equations with numerous examples. This is the 2005 version, and we want the original this is the 1871 version. What we're doing is we're looking for the full view, so we select that, and we're looking for Todhunter. It was originally published in 1871, and so it should be available. Sometimes, yeah, let's look for differential calculus. So we're wanting differential calculus Isaac Todhunter. Okay, a treatise on differential calculus with numerous examples, and this one is Isaac Todhunter. I'm not sure why it only selected the first portion. Let's go ahead and do this here. We pasted the full view, and I'm looking for Todhunter. Todhunter. I might have to source the book elsewhere and then add it. I'm not seeing Todhunter. Let's just look up Todhunter and see if he comes up. We go to full view. Okay. A report of the president's bulletin, and we're looking for calculus. And there's the 2023 version, of course, because it is that's integral calculus. I want differential calculus. Okay. Differential calculus, a treatise on differential calculus, and we're looking for, okay, well, there's the key to Todhunter's differential calculus. I'll go ahead and add that because that will be useful. Save it in the mathematics library. But what I'm doing is I can't seem to locate the original source. A treatise, that's the 2016 version. A treatise on differential calculus with numerous examples. This is from 1910 with numerous. This is integral, which we're going to need anyway. We're going to need this book anyway. I don't know if there's much. Let's see. This one was published in 1910. It said the 1857 to 1886 version. Hold on. Okay, here's differentials. More addition. This is a treatise on differential calculus with numerous examples. Okay. They're all 420 pages. How about this one? Read free of charge. Okay. This one looks good. We save it in mathematics. All right. And then we need, I think I already added integral calculus. Then we need E.W. Hobson. E.W. Hobson, which is the theory of functions of a real variable and the theory of Fourier series. We're going to grab that. We're going to copy the link. And we're going to paste the link over here on the right-hand side. Okay. And this is just the preview. It is available. I know it is. Let's go down here. 19, the theory of functions. Variable. The theory of functions of a real variable. And the theory of Fourier series. University Press. The University Press. Cambridge. How about this one? Preview unavailable. This is the 1950 version. We want the 1926 version. Here it is. The theory of function of a real variable and the theory of Fourier series. And this is volume 1. It at least gets us started. So what I need to do is I'm going to go ahead and save that in the mathematics library. And then Hobson, same work. This is the same set and measure theory. The early chapters give a classical, later chapters reach Lebesgue integration. And then we have vector and multivariable analysis, and that's J. Willard Gibbs and Edwin Bidwell Wilson, vector analysis. Let's go ahead and copy the link for this one. Let's hope that it gives us the correct version. It does not, but we can scroll down below, and here is the 1922 version by the same authors. A textbook for the use of students. This is Vector Analysis. This is founded upon the lectures of J.W. Willard, Wilson Gibbs, J. Willard, Josiah Gibbs, and Edwin Bidwell Wilson. Bidwell Wilson. Let me check here quickly. Yep. And so this is the free version, and page count is 436, so we'll just go ahead and save that in the mathematics library. And then finally we have the complex analysis, the Andrew Russell Forsyth theory of functions of a complex variable, and we copy the link for this file and we paste it over here on the right hand side. and Theory of Functions of a Complex Variable, 1893. We're going to go ahead and save that file and put it in the mathematics library. All right, caution about Hardy. J.W. Hardy, where did it say? A course in pure mathematics, J.W. Hardy. And they said that the Hobson is more difficult. Interesting. Okay, well, we'll just do Hobson for now. Now, it did say open link, copy link, and we'll paste it. This is G.H. Hardy's A Course in Pure Mathematics. Let's go ahead and check it. This is 1908, A Course of Pure Mathematics. Interesting. This is the full thing. So let's go ahead and save A Course in Pure Mathematics. All right. So that takes care of G.H. Hardy. Now, linear algebra, abstract algebra, and number theory. Linear algebra precursor, this is Dodgson, an elementary treatise on determinants with their applications. So let's go ahead and copy the link here, and we'll paste it over on this side, and an elementary treatise on the determinants. We're going to save the file, and that takes care of linear algebra precursor. Then we have group theory. We copy the link. This is Burnside. That name sounds familiar. He was a lecturer of some sort. So, just need to put this on the charger. All right. Server not found. Let's go ahead and copy the link again. And we'll paste the link here. Oh, come on. What's up? Copy the link. We paste the link. There we go. Theory of Groups of Finite Order by William Burnside. And what we're doing is we're looking for the original version. Theory of Groups of a Finite Order, 1897. And we're looking for the full view. So it is substantial rather than introductory, one of the first early English treatments of finite groups. How about this one? This is not the free view. How about this one? Yes, Theory of Groups of Finite Order. This is publisher, the University Press. Let's go ahead and read it. Let's just quickly skim the book to see how well it is, how legible it is. And that is completely legible, and if not, then we just find another version. So we're going to go ahead and save this file. This is the Burnside textbook, and then we have our next textbook, which is going to be G.A. Miller, Blichfeldt, and Dickson, Theory and Application of Finite Groups. We're going to copy the link, and we're going to paste the link over here on the right-hand side, and simply add it to the mathematics library. Once again, all of these mathematics textbooks, in case you're interested, are going to be available in a link under this video. If you go to the Google Library, then you see that all of them have been added for your perusal. You are welcome. All right, so we've just done the G.A. Miller. Now we're going to do the Leonard Eugene Dickson, and that's finite fields and linear groups. We're going to copy this link here and paste it over on the right-hand side of the screen. And the version that we're looking for is the free version, which is, what year was it? 1901. So let's keep on more editions. More editions. We're looking for the 1901 version. That's 2003, published 2023, 2019. These are all facsimiles. Don't be fooled by these facsimiles. Usually they're actually they're not good at all. But here it is. See, so we had to skip down to linear groups, right? Linear groups with an exposition of the Galois field theory. I'm guessing that's how you say it. So we have to grab the value, or we have to grab the page This was original from the University of Michigan, and let's go ahead and quickly skim the document. It looks to be completely legible, and it's already been OCR'd, which is very nice. Place it in the mathematics library. Moving on, we now have George Ballard Matthews' Theory of Numbers. We're going to copy this page, copy the link, we're going to paste it over here on the right-hand side. And this one was free, so very nice. Let's go ahead and put it in mathematics folder. Later, introductory number theory. Leonard Eugene Dixon, Theory to Numbers. We're going to copy the link, and we're going to paste the link over here on the right-hand side. All right, save the document. Good. Now, limitations of old linear algebra. 19th century books generally organized this material under determinants, simultaneous equations, linear substitutions, invariant theory, and quadratic forms. They did not normally begin with abstract vector spaces, bases, linear maps, and quotient spaces. Dodgson and Dixon therefore provide the historical route into linear algebra, but a modern text will eventually be necessary to complete the course. Makes sense. Right now, like I said before, this is just an attempt to kind of have access to the books, that are free, and kind of give you a good historical basis of understanding. So differential equations, dynamics, and modeling. Let's go ahead and copy this link. This is the Andrew Russell Forsyth, a treatise on differential equations. And so copied the link, and we're going to paste the link here. Treatise on Differential Equations by Andrew Russell Forsyth. We save the document, we put it in mathematics. And then our next one is Alfred Lotka. And we're going to copy this view as well. Copy link. This is Dynamical Systems Precursor, Elements of Physical Biology. Okay. And we're going to paste that value here. That's the 2018 version. We do not want that. We need the 1925 version. So more additions. We're just going to scroll through until we get to the page, until we get to the 1925 version, which is here. Elements of Physical Biology. We're going to save it in the mathematics folder. All right. And then mathematical modeling. We copy the value, we paste it over here. And this is Elements of Physical. Oh, did I accidentally? I need to copy the link, and I need to paste the link. Okay. Oh, it's the same work. Okay, I see. So it's Dynamical Systems Precursor and then Mathematical Modeling. Okay, so pretty good. We'll go ahead and save that file, and Forsyth supplies the technique, and then Lotka demonstrates how differential equations become a model of real systems. Now we have topology and higher geometry. So now we're getting into topology analysis situs, and this is by Oswald Veblen, Analysis Situs. So this gives us a Google Play version. That's interesting. We're going to copy the link and we'll paste it, but I think, yeah, this is not quite the same. I'm looking for Analysis Situ though. So what we'll do is we'll copy the file and we're going to go back to Google Books in general, and we're going to paste, and there it is in Google Books. So we want to keep these all kind of in one house, right? This file looks correct. So we're going to save it under Mathematics, and that takes care of Oswald Veblen. Then we go into E.W. Hobson. So we've seen that name before already. So let's go ahead and copy the link. This is Point Set Foundations, the Theory of Functions of a Real Variable. And we're going to go ahead and paste that value here. And this is just the preview version, which we don't want. We want the original Theory of Functions of a Real Variable. and the theory of the Fourier series. Didn't we already do this one? I think we already did this. This is the theory of functions. We want the theory of functions of a real variable. It's already saved, so I'm not sure. That must be that's a redundancy. So we'll skip past that one. We will go to projective geometry, and we'll copy that value. Projective geometry, it's already been saved as well. And then differential geometry, classical English text. This is Eisenhardt, the Eisenhardt version. So we're going to copy that link, and we'll paste the link here. Okay. And this has already been saved as well. So what, did I scroll up or something? Topology. That's just a repeat. That's funny. So let's go ahead and get into functional analysis. These fields achieved their modern identities comparatively late, so the older free books are best regarded as precursors. Makes sense. And that's fine. Functional analysis, linear integral equations. Let's go ahead and copy this link. This is William Werner Lovett, and we'll paste this here. It says that it is unavailable. Theory and integral equations. We're looking for the original, the 1924 version. This is McGraw-Hill, and this is by Lovett, William Werner Lovett. We're going to save the file in mathematics, and then we're going to move on. So now we have Maxim Blocher. Go ahead and copy the file name, paste it over here on the right-hand side, and this is Maxim Blocher. We want the earlier an introduction to the study of integral equations, the 1926 version. It also is unavailable, which is unfortunate. That's Hofner. To the study of integral equations, this is 1913. 1926. Well, we'll find the book. So 70 issue published 1950, 1926. There it is, Introduction to the Study of Integral Equations, and it's right here. So this is the second edition. That's perfectly fine. 1909. Now, do they have... So that's 1909. Here's 1906. Yep. All you have to do is just jump down a couple lines, and it's there. So we're going to save this. This was digitized 2020, so this is relatively new. All right, so it's been saved in the file. And then we have George Boole, A Treatise on Calculus of Finite Differences. Copy the link, paste it over here. And we need the free version. So this is 1920. That was 1946. We're going to go to more info, and we're looking for the read free of charge version, 1880. And that is correct. That's it. Treatise on the calculus of finite differences. We'll save the file in mathematics. And then we're going to go to optimization. This is Oscar Bolsa, Lectures on the Calculus of Variations by 1904. Copy the link. Paste the link over here. Copy the link again. Paste the link. There it is. Lectures on the Calculus of Variations. We're also looking for the full version. Go to More Editions. That was 1904, and it's right here, University of Chicago Press. Copy or open the file. Save it in the mathematics folder. Boom. Done. Okay. So that's Bolsa and Oscar Bolsa. And then Euler equations, this was lectures on calculus, Bolsa together with Lotka. And then we've already added Lotka, Elements of Physical Biology. Boole does not cover floating point error matrix conditioning or modern computational complexity. These require a later numerical analysis text. And that's fine. So we've reached the end. This is all... so this is all the old original text. So let's go ahead and I'm going to ignore the rest of ChatGPT's advice because it's not really helpful to me at the moment, because all we're doing is we're just using this as an opportunity to look over the textbooks as they present themselves, okay? So if we, now the one thing that we do want to do is we want to be able to have access. You see all of these are full view. So this is snippet view right here for the 13 books of Euclid's Elements. There are many, many free copies online. I haven't seen a definitive full volume copy on online, but what I can do, let's search for more versions. So what we need is we're going to copy this value. We're going to copy the title of the book. We're going to paste it. And that's volume 1. Let's go ahead and open up the page. And we are looking for more versions, more books. Source of Mathematics, the 13 books of Euclid, the 13 books. And we're looking for, this is Poincaré's famous discussion of creative psychology. I'm not interested in that. I want see if we can get this book. Overview. More versions. We're looking for Euclid. So if we do Euclid and just search for his name, the medieval translation of Euclid's Elements, and what we're doing. Oh, interesting. This is Todhunter. We've seen his name already. Comprising the first 6 books and portions of the 11th and 12th books, with notes and appendice and exercises. Interesting. This is not all 13. This is a new edition by Todhunter. Textbook of Geometry. This one might be useful. The Subject on Plane Geometry. Preface. This is Todhunter's edition. So he does up through books 1, 2, 3, 4, up through book 6, and then he adds some more after the fact. Okay, this one might be useful. I'm going to save this in mathematics. Now there are other editions of this book, but what I'm looking for is Heath. Heath Euclid. And if I could spell correctly. So the 13 books, here it is. Is this it? This looks like it's the correct book. Second edition, volume 1, introduction and books 1 and 2. Introduction and books 1 and 2. Okay. This is volume 1. Ooh, this would be useful. Let's go ahead and have that in there. Now, do we have a volume 2? I'm looking for volume 2. So we want to grab the file, and then we're looking for volume 2. And it says no preview, translated, 19, tools, full view only. Oh, interesting. That immediately cuts it out. Wow. No preview. Translated from the text by Heidberg. More editions. We're looking for full view only. This is volume 1. Volume 1. Second edition. More info. 13 books, volume 2, books 3 through 9. Introduction. I know I've seen this before. In fact, I have the 13 books of Euclid's Elements. If we just search for that, I know we'll be able to find the others. Here's volume 2. Okay, so here is volume 2. And I think it was 3 volumes total. So we're going to go ahead and save this file in mathematics. And then we're looking for the final one, which is volume 3. There it is. There it is. See, good things come to those who wait. Let's go ahead and save it in mathematics. And now we have all 3. We have all 3 editions. Beautiful. All right. Let's now go. Hopefully it's not in the Greek. Revised. Yep, it's by Sir Thomas L. Heath. He's the one who did the translation. Beautiful. All right. So this is. I think we have reached the height that we need. So we have all the books we need, and now we just get started on. We have acquired all the resources, and now it's just a matter of slowly working through to develop some understanding of the different books. So the first one that we need to work on, I will use the listing that it gave here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy. Oh, sorry, Rasmussen. I didn't realize that you had been commented. I wasn't paying attention. I apologize. Okay. Hold on, just checking. Okay. Just checking the stream over here to make sure that it's working. Bada boom, bada bang. Go over here. Is the volume. Yep, volume's working. Good. All right. Now let's go. Let's carry on. Let us carry on. So where were we? We were on foundations and elementary mathematics. So what we're going to do is we're just going to copy all of the text through number 8, and we're just going to use this as 15 text spine. Okay. Antiquated notation, few diagrams, little pedagogical scaffolding, unstated assumptions, obsolete terminology, uneven treatment of rigor, no computational experimentation. Okay. Still would be good to read them. Direct access, use classic corpus, but do not require them to bear the entire instructional burden. Their advantages are substantial, dense collections of exercises, careful algebraic derivation, sustained prose explanation, strong explanation of mathematical attention, and direct access to the historical architecture of each field. So what we're going to do is we're just going to ignore all that, and we're just going to start reading through the textbooks. So we start first with De Morgan, and that's De Morgan's Elements of Arithmetic. So let's go ahead and scroll through. In fact, what we'll do is we're going to do a search. We're going to do De Morgan. Interesting, it's not showing up. What is it? Elements of Arithmetic, right? Elements of Arithmetic? Did it not copy over, or does it have a different name? We're looking for the Euclid Chauvenet. Did they not copy? Lotka, Lovett, Blocher, elements of Euclid, elements of logic, college algebra. Interesting. De Morgan did not copy. Did I fail to add it? That's possible. Let's go ahead and copy the link for arithmetic. And let's paste it. I failed to add that one. Okay. Well, we got it. We got it now. That's all that matters. So let's go ahead and let's do De Morgan's arithmetic first, okay? So we're going to download this guy. And GRMATYP. All right, submit. Now we have the document, and we're going to go ahead and save it. Elements of arithmetic, and I already have it. Duh. Okay. Well, that's no fun. So we're going to cancel that, and we're going to go over to our file system. And where's our file system? Boom. Close this down. That's the chat. We need to open a new window. And we're going to go over here into content. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and change my screen here for the moment. Let's go ahead and go to, we actually need to create a new page. So for now, I'm going to do the Greg website, even though it looks all messed up. And we're going to create I'm going to create a new presentation. This is going to be mathematics. Okay. And over here in mathematics, of course, you can't see me, but I am over here. I'm just in the dark. Go stand in the dark where you belong. And then we have the image here. Boom, boom. Building the screen as we go. There we go. So here's me. Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering what I'm doing there. And then we're just going to add some more sources as we go. Boom. Okay. And there's the background. Hold on just 1 second while we go over here. Oh, making Greg, where was that? Mathematics. There we go. Okay. And let me add some more elements. We're going to add a screen capture, and we need to do a PDF viewer, right? So we're going to do add existing. We want PDF. Okay. Now this is the alphabet of Greg shorthand, which we don't want. We want to pull up another PDF viewer, and for that I'm going to go over to, what was that? It was documents. Oh, was it mathematics? Books? No, where is it? Recent. Go over here to recent, and it's in T7 Shield Mathematics. Okay, so we're going to go over here. And then from here, we go into reading and elements of arithmetic. Okay. So I've got my textbook pulled up. Jump on bomb. Let's zoom in a little bit more. Make sure we're filling up the screen. Good. So we can see the page, Augustus De Morgan, and then we're going to have our copy work. So let me pull up Zernal over here. Just 1 quick second. We're going to, would you like to restore the last edited file? No, we're going to delete the file. We're going to open a new document, a new copywork document, and we're going to save this. This is going to be, we need to save it under copywork, and this is going to be mathematics, and this is going to be under fundamentals, and this one is going to be 001 De Morgan. Elements of arithmetic, EOA. 001 De Morgan, Elements of Arithmetic. We're going to save it. And there we go. All right. So we'll wait for it to respond, and we'll close down some of these other files. We can close down this one over here, and we can close down the multiple versions of Elements or all the different Firefox versions. That's probably what's using up a lot of resources. And even so, we will then have our website, the website pulled up over here. Where is bookmarks? We're going to go to Greg Word Lookup, and that is ready to go. Non-Euclidean geometry. Now it's just a matter of copying. So we have all the books we need, and like I said, they're all available for you to read. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do copy work, a straight copy work of the textbooks, and then as I complete them, then I'll just post them online, and people will be able to use them and see how to possibly use shorthand to be able to help you with mathematics, the study of mathematics. Okay, so let me go ahead and I have this book pulled up over here. I have Zernal pulled up. So give me 1 second here while I then put another screen capture, and this one is going to be Zernal. So I want to have Zernal added, okay, and this one's going to be over on this side. Boom, boom, boom. So we just need the screen viewer. I'm still here, I'm just behind the camera. There we go. So the viewer here needs to be changed. I'm going to put me above. Okay. And there we go. And then we need one more element here. One more element, okay. We'll go ahead and add this one here. There we go. And there we go. Okay. And we have the copy work. We're going to make the textbook a little smaller here so that you're able to read it. Okay. And we'll put that over there, there, and there. So there's the textbook there. There's the copy work here. And let's see here. Let's now make everything just a little smaller. Okay. And we have the textbook here. We have the textbook here. Boom, boom, boom. Push that there, push that there, put that there, put that there. All right, I think that's pretty much where we need, or what we need. We do need the website as well. Screen capture, we need Greg. Hit OK. And Greg needs to be, where is it? It is Greg shorthand lookup, okay? Hit OK. And we'll just have this, just a little indicator of the file, okay? So, probably one of the best ways to set this up would be if it were maybe showing just little portions of the text at a time. That probably would be the best approach. So maybe I'll have it set up so that you can see it in the same manner as my screen, what I would be showing. Okay, so here's the textbook here. Now this one, we need to change PDF so that it is showing elements of arithmetic. Oh, hold on. I need elements of arithmetic. Share. There we go. Okay. So there's the view here. Here, here, and here, and here. There we go. So there's our view on that point. Here's our view on this point. Let's make this one just a little bigger. Minimize the screen here. All right. make me smaller so we can make the text a little bigger. Put me in the corner. Put me in the corner where I belong. There we go. Boom. All right. Nothing like seeing how composition is done, right? I'm going to make the textbook just a little bit bigger. In fact, just a lot of it bigger, because that's kind of the important part of the works. So we have that pulled up over here. Now Zernal needs to be changed so that it is showing the newest version. Okay, there we go. And the textbook or the word lookup can go right here. All right. Now I am gonna, let's see, I need to have Zernal needs to be transformed so that you can see, so that it looks like it's reading from left to right, okay? And the website also needs to be transformed. The website also needs to be transformed so that it is showing the outlines. Uh-oh. Open selector. Where'd it go? There we go. Oh, it flipped? Interesting. All right. So there we go. So now the website is reading backwards, and the main reason for that is so that you can see the Greg shorthand forms. Okay, as I type them out, you can kind of see them in the lineup. Okay, so I think we're ready to go, aren't we? Let's go ahead and make the. I'm going to minimize the screen here and here so that you can see the textbook more clearly. Let's go ahead and give it the same color grading. There we go. Let's see, maybe I need to push this out just a little bigger. There we go. Off in the marginalia. Make this a little larger. Boom. Boom. Oh. All this messing around. All right. Now we're set. Okay. So let's go ahead and color. I know it's small, but might as well do it because once I set it up, then it's going to be the levels are going to be set, and I won't have to change this again. I'm going to go over to my color grading, and I want to color grade the image so that it's the same, so we're having consistency in the colors. Okay, there we go. And we'll just grab this one here. We want to adjust the PDF. We're going to go to filters. We're going to add color. We're going to add a color correction. And we're just going to select the color multiply. And the multiplier is going to be the beige. Nope, wrong one. Grabbed the wrong color. I probably just blocked out the screen. There we go. There we go. I just inked over. There we are. Okay. And then we're going to select the blue version, or the black, and our black is going to be adjusted to this shade. All right. So we have that. Good. All right. It's about that's about all we need, right? Let's continue on. Onward and upward, as they say. All right, I think we're ready to go. Let's proceed. Moseed prune. All right. So this, of course, is The Elements of Arithmetic by Augustus de Morgan. So let's go ahead and just start copying it down. So this is De Morgan 001. And same thing, this is going to be page 1. Now, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to title this a little different in that I want to give it the identifier. So this is going to be De Morgan EAO. So that means that we are dealing with the elements of arithmetic. So I'm going to go ahead and give it that title. So this is the elements of arithmetic. So elements of arithmetic, okay? And this is page 1, okay? So hopefully, so every page that I make is going to have that element added to the top right-hand corner. And now, oh, and it's also, so this one is going to be document 1 of, so this is 001, okay? Because each of the PDF versions is going to have to, each of the PDF versions is going to be slightly different. So this is 001, elements of arithmetic, page number 1, okay? And then we go over here and we start copying. All right, and let's go ahead and scroll up in the page over on this on the right-hand side. The title of the book is Elements of Arithmetic. Elements. So let's see what element is. Element. I remember it was, let's see. Was it ELEMN and then T at the end, I think? Elements. That doesn't quite look right. Let's see. Elements. Let's check that and see if that is elements. So I'm going to go over here to the dictionary. And I'm looking up element. And okay, so here it's only it's not an MN, it's just ELEM, okay? LM. So we go back over here and we undo that. We change that. So this is elements of arithmetic. So let's see what arithmetic is. And here we are both learning what is and isn't in the dictionary. Here we go. So here is arithmetic. All right. So there's arithmetic. Those are the outlines containing arithmetic. So here we go. I think this is my first time ever using the stroke for arithmetic, so that's fun. Elements of arithmetic. And we're going to underline this, okay? And we now do our next line, and this is by Augustus de Morgan. So this is by, and then the name Augustus de Morgan. August, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to the dictionary, and we're going to search for August. And we use August to then help us develop the name Augustus. So we have August and then tus. Augustus. Augustus. Okay? So that is now his name. And at the same time, as with the How to Take Smart Notes, every time we don't have a book, we add it to the dictionary. So we're going to add Augustus to the dictionary. And pretty soon we'll have Augustus Gloop. Augustus Gloop. Okay. So then we have Augustus de Morgan, and I don't know if I have the word de, but I'm just going to do de. Augustus de and then Morgan. Now, Morgan is, let's see if we can use more gun. Probably to do best, we would want to have Mog. So we go in under, actually over, right? Morgan. Like that. So that's the name Morgan. And we actually will end up doing De Morgan, right? Because if I look up Morgan, Morgan is not in the, it's not in the dictionary, well, obviously. So we're going to add that one. And I'm going to add both variants, Morgan and De Morgan. Okay. Morgan and De Morgan, okay? Elements of Arithmetic by Augustus De Morgan. I'm not going to bother copying all this. It's not necessary. But he was, but I will read it. And it's of Trinity College, Cambridge, fellow of, in fact, let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit so we can read this. There we go. Hopefully you guys can see that. So this is Fellow of the Royal Astronomical Society and of the Cambridge Philosophical Society, late Professor of Mathematics in University College London. And then of course we have some Latin here. Is that Philip Melanchthon? That looks like Philip Melanchthon. I think that's how you spell his name. I mean, I won't get distracted by it, but I think that's Philip Melanchthon. And then we have Calandach, which I don't know that name, but two, we have a French quote, the second one and the first one, so it's Latin and then French. This is 19,000. There's the publishing information, and we'll keep on skipping through. We'll skip past all this. Thank you, Google, for the digitization. And here is the preface. So let's see here. This fifth edition differs from the three preceding as to the body of the work in nothing which need prevent the four as or any two of them from being used together in a class, but it is considerably augmented by the addition of several new appendices related to matters on which it is most desirable that the advanced student should possess information. Let's see here. Should I copy the preface? I think I will. I think I will, just for the practice sake, okay? So here we go, next line. So we know that it's by De Morgan, and we're going to go ahead and just copy. So let's search for preface. Preface, P-R, so that's pre. My guess is that it's preface, right? Preface. I think that's preface, but let's go ahead and check over here. And there's preface right there. So here they want, let's actually go ahead and look up by preface, searching. And there's preface right there. So they want the PRE, okay? So we'll go ahead and we'll let that be. And we go PREFAS. PREFAS, like that, okay? So there's preface. And now we go through. Here's our next one. So we have the preceding editions of this work were published. So we have the, and then preceding. Let's look up preceding. There's preceding. So the preceding, that's precede. Here we go. So we're going to do the preceding, so we do a dot at the end, right? So the preceding additions. Now, I seem to remember addition is just the long stroke addition. So it might be this. It's additions. I think that's additions. Let's go ahead and check it over in the dictionary. We have addition, and that is correct, yes. They do curve it over just a little bit further, but we're just going to keep with the line of writing, the 52-degree slant, for the addition. So the preceding additions of this work were published in 1830, 1832. Let's make these a little bit bigger. The number should be a little bigger. So we have 1830, and then jump a line here, 1830, 1832, 1835, 35, and 1840, and 1840. Okay. Then the fifth. So now we need the fifth. Fifth. I'm gonna say that it is FIF, and then TH at the end is probably fifth. Maybe just FF and then TH. TH. That's not a TH. TH maybe. Maybe. We'll go ahead and check it and see. Fifth is not in the dictionary. Makes sense. How about FIF? We look up. How about segment? Nope, fifth is not in there. So, all right, we're going to add it. And so to make it the fifth, we're going to go F, and so we need to stand them up a little bit higher like that. That's FFT, FFTH, fifth, okay? Because the other option would be like that, FFTH. Yep, that's what it's going to be. So we add fifth, Augustus de Morgan, and then we're going to have fifth added to the dictionary. All right, the fifth edition. Addition differs. Differ is going to be DFR. DFR and then S. Let's see if that is correct. So we're going to go differ, search through the files, and there it is. So differ is just the same as different and difference. So it really just is completely dependent on the context. So it differs from the three and let's check preceding, or actually I need to check to see if 3 is in there. 3 is. Oh, it's just the. I didn't know that. I should have checked earlier, but it's just TH and then E, the 3. Preceding, and we just did preceding, it is Pressy. So we go the three preceding, comma, as to the body of the work. Differs from the three preceding as to the body of the work in nothing which need prevent, and then prevent. I'm gonna, hold on, before I search for it, before I search for the file, I think I'm going to go ahead and, before I search for the file, I'm going to go ahead and try and do the prevent. So that's PR. I'm going to say it's PR. You have to have that prevent. I don't think there are any. The only vowel that would be necessary would be the E after PR. So let's go with that. I'm going to say we need it in order to do prevent, right? There's prevent. Let's go ahead and confirm. And that's exactly right. Good. So there's prevent. Let's see here, which need in nothing, which need prevent the for, or even two of them, prevent the for. The fifth edition differs from the three preceding as to the body of the work in nothing which need prevent the for, or any two of them, for, or any two of them from being used, what is you? That's us. Used is EU, right? I think that's used is EU. Let's check. And that's right, good. Used, from being used, and that should have a disjointed T after that. So, from being used together in a classroom. Together in a class. Let's see here. In a classroom. Okay. And that is class, right? That, I don't think that's, I wouldn't assume that that is a brief form. Class. Yeah, it's not a brief form. Okay. Being used in a class. And I actually miswrote that. That's class over here. But it is considerably augmented by the addition of 11 new appendices. So here we go. But it is, and then considerably, that is considerably. I don't even know where to begin with that one. Considerable. Let's see what considerable, and then what about considerably? Considerably. Okay. So, okay. So it's cons. It's con B. Okay. So we have the K for con, and then we do a slight turn down to, I guess, show the S? I don't know. Con, and maybe to show the S. Okay. Considerably. But it is considerably and then augmented. Let's look up augment. Well, actually, I'll try to do that one first. So it's augmented. So that's going to be aug is this. Aug and then mented. Ment. That's almost, yeah, that's a case. Augmented. I think that's augment. Let's go ahead and check. Oh, interesting. Okay. So you just do augum. Augum. Like so. And then a disjointed T to show that because it's a brief form. But it is considerably augmented by the addition, and I think that is just addition, like that. Check it over here by the addition, yep, of. Now, another word that I'm pretty sure is not in the dictionary is 11. 11. And for that one would be 11. 11. 11. I'm going to assume that that is. And 11 is not in the dictionary. I didn't assume that 11 would be in there. We're probably going to add quite a few words to this dictionary with the use of mathematics. So let's see here. Of 11 new appendices. Now here's a question. So appendices. Let's see. I would assume that it's going to be in the dictionary, and I'm going to go ahead and check because it's possible that that's a brief form. There it is. Yep, I thought so. APNDES, and that's appendix, right? And that's pent. That's using the pent consonantal combination. So what that means is that over here, if I need to do appendices, I simply take appendix and I flip it around so that now we have A, P, N, and then we have the E, and then we simply curve it down to show that we are changing appendices like this, okay? At the same time, that's one of those words where I'm definitely going to add that to the lineup, okay? Appendices. Appendices, okay? And going on, comma. Relating to matters. So we've already done relating. That was actually one of the words that we did a lot of, right? In Sonkyar. And so we did relating to matters. To matters on which. So this is on which. Now, on which is one of those where I doubt it's in the dictionary. And that is one that's a good phrase to add. Ah, if I could spell. I can't spell. There we go. On which. Okay, it's one that I added. Duh. All right. I don't know my own dictionary anymore. All right, so relating to matters on which it is, on which it is most desirable, most, and then check desirable. Most desirable, DSB. It is most desirable that the advanced student should possess information. Advanced. We have advantage. We know advantage. Advanced. I don't know if, yeah, I don't know that one. So we're going to go to advantage. Oh, no, advanced, not advantage. We need advanced. Advanced. There it is. Okay, so advanced is V, A, N, S, and then a T at the end. Okay. In which it is most desirable that the advanced student should possess information. Possess is, I think it is P-O, and then you curve the S. That's possess, right? Let's check it. Possess. Check that one, and yep, that is correct. So it's P-O, and then S, curve the S back in on itself. Possess information. So we have information. Information. Good. The first appendix or appendix. So now appendix, we can then go back here. Appendix. And that is, I think I'll go ahead and follow their capitalization rules. The first appendix on computation. On computation. All right, I'm going to guess computation. So we're going to go computation. I think it's probably this, and let's go ahead and check that. Computation. It's even shorter. Computation. It is computation. Like so. Computation. That's computation. Okay? The first on computation, and I'm going to do double lines underneath to show that it's italicized. And the sixth, so we go and the sixth. Now I'll bet you that sixth is not there. So what was it about that? We have I think we just do like this. If we curve it, if we kind of jut it out, and the sixth, We can also just take, oh, that's, okay, that's one that I added. That's sixth. If we look up like sextant, because that's essentially what it is, it's sexth and the sixth. Yeah, so I think that's what it is. So you do the X symbol below it. So you curve this here and then here, like that. Like so. So you have to kind of, you do a funny curve in that direction, see? For sixth. So that is sixth. Sixth. And I'm going to go ahead and add that. Okay. And the sixth on decimal. Decimal, that is decim. Would it be a disjointed for decimal? Nope. That's the symbol for decimal. So we go here. Oh no, we curve over the top. So we go decimal, like that. Decimal. Okay. On decimal money. And this is all underlined here. Okay. Should be red and practiced. Is that practiced? Let's check. And practiced. There's practice. So little bit not quite as complex. So and practiced. So we just extend it out a little bit longer. Pract, and then, oh no, we do need to have it disjointed because it's a brief form. Practiced by every student with as much attention as any part of the work. With as much attention, with as much attention as any, Ooh, as any would probably be as any. As much, and then as any. Hadn't thought of that one before. Nope, it's not in the dictionary, so we're going to add it. With as much as any part, as any part of the work, with as much attention as any part of the work. The mastery, that should be curves up over the top, right? The mastery, let's check that. And that just curves in under below. So mastery. There we go. The mastery of the rules for instantaneous conversion. The mastery of the rules. Is that right? So it goes up and then down. Of the rules. Let's check rules, see if that is correct. It's just RL. I thought so, but it's always good to check. So we have of the rules for instantaneous. Wow. There's a word for you. Let's go to instantaneous. Instantaneous. There it is. Instantaneous. So we have instantaneous conversion. So conversion is conversion. Is that it? For instantaneous conversion. Hey, whoa, okay. Hey, I like that. Instantaneous conversion of the usual fractions of the usual. Now here's one fraction. I think it might just be that fraction. F-R-A-tion. Let's see. Fraction. That's faction. I need fraction. Where's fraction? Yes, fractional. Yep. So it does need to have the K. Frac and then shun. Fraction. Yes. Come on. There we go. Fraction. What was it? The mastery of the rules for the instantaneous conversion of the usual fractions of a pound sterling. Boy, that is old. Of a pound of a pound. Now for pound, are they doing LB? Let's see what good old Greggy says. No, pound is P for a pound is just PN. For a pound, how about sterling? Sterling as in sterling silver. Sterling. Sterling. There it is. Sterling. Into decimal fractions. Into, here we go again. This is into decimal. Go ahead, add a page below. Control D. And this one is going to be, what was it? It was 0, 0, 1 elements of arithmetic, page 2. Okay. Good. So let's continue on. Let's see here. This one was decimal into decimal fractions. Gives, so comma, gives the possessor. Is there a possessor? Yes, there is possessor. Gives the P-O, come on, P-O, oh, curves. I'm curving too soon, so it goes out and then in. Gives the possessor the greater part of the advantage. The greater part of the, oh, let's see, what is advantage? I think that's just, isn't that just yeah, that's advantage. The greater part of the advantage. Yep, there we go. AV gives the greater part of the advantage which he would derive, which he would derive. So this is derive. I think it's drive. Let's see here. Yes, derive, that's it. Which he would derive from the introduction, from the introduction. And isn't that just it? That is what is introduction? Introduction from the intro and then duction. That's it. Yep. From the intro duction. Okay. Of a decimal coinage. The introduction of a decimal and then coinage. Let's look up coinage. Okay. Coinage. There we go. From a decimal coinage. New paragraph. At the time this work was first published, oh, by the way, some separate, for those who may desire, I'm not going to worry about copying that note. So at the time when this work was first published, at the time when this work was first published, the importance of establishing arithmetic, the importance of, and then let's look up establishing. of establishing arithmetic. What is arithmetic? We just did it. I can't think of it at the moment. Bother. Let's go ahead and arithmetic. There it is. Arith. That's all it is. Here we go. The establishing of establishing arithmetic in the young minds. Now, what is young? In the young, so it curves down. And it's a short one because, as we said last time, ng is shorter than nk. In the young mind, upon reason and demonstration. Upon reason and demonstration. I don't remember demonstration. Did I misspell it? Demonstrate. Demonstrate. Oh, they don't have demonstration. Demonstrative. Interesting, they don't have demonstration. All right, well, I'll go ahead and add that. I'll add that again. Just add it to the list. Okay. But for now, we can do demonstration. So we'll do demonstrate and then shun version of that. So it's there's demonstration, right? So let's curve up just a little higher. Curve over. Now that's a little too extreme, so we'll just curve there. Right? Curve over. Up, over here. S, and then down for demonstration. Okay? The young mind, upon reason and demonstration, was not admitted by many. Wow. Yeah. Was not admitted by many. Admitted by many. Was not admitted. Trying to think. I know we could do add, and then I'm assuming that it would be something like that for admitted, but let's go ahead and see what they say. There's admitted. Okay. And okay, they switch the whole theory on its head. They go down and then up. Emitted. Okay. Was not emitted by many. The case is now altered. The case is now altered. Where is altered? Is it double? the case is now altered, and then you just curve it back in. Yeah, so altered, colon. Schools exist in which, so let's see, school is SKUL. SKUL. I'm going to say that's schools. Yep, let's go check and see what they say. School. Scroll up. No need for the U, so it's just SKL. No U hook. So we go schools exist. This is going to be eggs. Is it eggs? Nah, that looks a little too complex. I don't think it's going to be quite there. Yep, it's even shorter than I thought. Exist is just ESSS, so it curves back in on itself. Schools exist in which, and we have in which. Let me check, make sure that in which is not in the dictionary. In which it is there. Perfect. In which rational, let's go ahead and see if we can find, let's see, rational is going to be in which rational, that is rational. Rational. Is that rational? That's it. Beautiful. Beautiful. In which rational, and let's go ahead and turn the page over here. Arithmetic is taught. Arithmetic. Now we have arithmetic in mind, so we have arithmetic is taught. And mere rules, I think, doesn't that just curve in on its top, is for mere. Oh. M-E-R-E. Yep, that's it. And mere rules there we go, are made to do no more than their proper duty. And mere rules are made, can go ahead and put this down a little lower, are made to do no more than there. Let's check no more. No more is not in the dictionary. Let's go ahead and add it. And then we're also going to add than there. Add no more than there. To add no more than there proper. Check out proper. Yep, PR. Then there proper. Duty. I think duty, it does curve over. Like that. Okay. no more than their proper duty. There is no necessity. That's necessary. What is necessity? Necessity. There is no necessity. There is no necessity to advocate a change. All right. I'm going to go ahead and take a break just for a second. I'll be back shortly. All right, back at it. So here we go. Where is the screen? There it is. All right, so let's see. We were on there is no necessity, and mere rules were made to do no more than their proper duty. There is no necessity. There is no necessity to advocate a change to advocate. Advocate. I have not done that word before either, so let's look up advocate. To advocate. Here it is. Advocate. To advocate a change which is a change which is actually in progress. Come on, let's see, A-K-T. I think that's actual, right? Let's check. Yep, there's actually, which is actually in progress in PR and then PRG, prog, for progress. Let's check and see if that is correct. Yes, excellent. Excellente. PR and then G. That's it. As the works, and then as the works which are published every day, as the works which are published every day sufficiently show. Every day sufficiently. Let's look up sufficient. Sufficiently. And that obviously that would not be there, but how about sufficient? Look up sufficient. Yes. Sufficient, and then we just make it sufficiently by putting the ELE on the end. So sufficiently show. That's the old spelling of show, or British spelling of show. And then, and my principal reason for alluding, and my principle. My principle. Prin. My principal reason for, and then alluding. There's another word I haven't used before, allude. That would be A-L-U-D for alluding. Allude is not in there, but what about oh, allude isn't even in the dictionary. Allure, allusion, allure. So if that's the case, then we need to add both of those to the dictionary. Allude And then alluding would just be the ing ending on that, so we won't worry about it. And my principal reason for alluding to the subject here to... Oh, bother. It crashed. I wonder, I must have done something incorrectly. Let's go ahead and open it up. Hopefully it's saved. I can't remember where my last save was, so we'll... Where was that? And my principal and my principal. So principal was the last one where it crashed on us. Let's go ahead and put that in. Oh, I need to update the view for you guys. So let's go ahead and over here, where was that? Change the view in Zernal. Select it. There we go. Okay, and my principal view, my principal, so that's PRN, PREN, and my principal reason for alluding to the subject here, to the, and then subject is it S? I think it's just SB. SB. To the subject. Yep, there's subject. Oh, it's even shorter than that. It's just sudge. It's the SJ. Subject. Okay. And my principal reason for alluding to the subject here, comma, is merely, and merely is, you take the E or the ear and then you flip it underneath. It's like clearly. Is merely to warn. Warn. What is warn? Warn? I know I've done that before. That's exactly what it is. Good. To warn those who want nothing but routine. Let me see if I can guess routine. So it'd be R-U-T-N. Routine. Let's see if that is correct. So we go routine. Routine. T-N. Let's see if that's correct. It could also be... Yes, yep, the E is much stronger. It doesn't glide away. So therefore we need to go routine. Okay, so there's routine. That this is not the book for their purpose. That this is not the book for, there, and then purpose is PRP, purpose. Is that correct? PRP, that's it. And then the author is A. De Morgan. So we go A, and we'll just do all, well, actually we'll do the cursive. So that one would be A. De Morgan. And De Morgan was, that was D, and then we did Morgan. De Morgan. That's it. Good. New line. All right. So now let me go ahead and go back through and read the paragraph as it's been completed. There's the line right there. So there's the beginning of the paragraph. Here it is. At this time, when this work was first published, the importance of that's EST, of establishing, there we go, of establishing, let's put this on, of establishing arithmetic, of establishing arithmetic in the young mind, upon reason and demonstration. So this line right here is incorrect. And demonstration was not admitted. Yes, that's admitted. Was not admitted by many. The case is now, oh, what is this? This is the case is now altered. Oh, that's right. The case is now altered. Here we go. The case is now altered. Schools exist. Schools exist in which that CH is a little bit too small. Go ahead and move it up here. In which schools exist now, in which rational arithmetic is taught and mere rules are made what? And mere rules are made something do. Are made to do no more than their proper duty. There is no reason to what is that? There is no reason to AV and then GT to What is that? There is no reason to advocate. That's it. There is no reason to advocate. Advocate? Really? A G? To advocate? That's a little interesting. Yeah, that shouldn't be a G. I would think that should be a K. To advocate. To advocate. There is no necessity to advocate a change which to advocate a change which is actually in progress, as the work is chain are as the work is as the works which are let me check and let's see if which are. Yep, which are is already in the dictionary. As the works which are published every day sufficiently show. And my principal reason for alluding to the subject here is merely to AON to warn those who want nothing but routine that this is not the book for their, that should curve up just a little more, for their purpose. Excellent. New line. And this was A. Give his name here. A. De Morgan. A. De Morgan. And then this was written London, May 1st, 1846. So let's go ahead, and I failed to write that in there. Let's go ahead and write that. Do I have London? I do. LDN. London. May. London, May 1st, 1846. 1846. All right. What now? Well, I got about 30 minutes left, so we just continue to copy. Now, I'm not going to bother with the table of contents. We're going to skip all that, and we're just going to get right into the work. So these are the different topics, though. Table of contents, numeration, addition and subtraction, multiplication, division, fractions, decimal fractions, square root, proportion, permutations, combinations, and then there's the books, weights and measures, rule of three. Well, that's interesting, rule of three. Huh. Interest, so on the mode of computing, on verification by casting out 9s and 11s? What? On scales of notation? On the definition of fractions? On characteristics? On combinations? On Horner's method of solving equations? Good grief. De Morgan, what are you doing here? This is incredible. This is, oh man. All right, well, hats off to De Morgan. My goodness. Let's, yeah, there's no comments, so let's just go ahead and get into this then, shall we? Elements of Arithmetic, Book 1, Principles of Arithmetic. So here's our next line. We just break on through, okay? So the preface, we probably will keep preface and Book 1, Section 1. So let's see, how best to break these into sections. We might follow his, we'll probably follow his arrangement as far as the table of contents. So book 1, number 1, which is numeration. So what we'll do, or what I'm going to do, is I'm going to go ahead and create another document and give it that information. So let me pull up, or let me zoom out here in Zernal and undo that little dot. There we go. We need to, so this was just the preface, okay? Just the preface. And so that means I'm going to go ahead and save, wait, redo, 1846. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and delete this page of the journal. I'm going to delete the page. It's just one page, which is the preface. I'm going to save it, and then I'm going to open up a new document, okay, which is going to be the second writing paper. And second writing paper is going to, I'm going to give it the title of, we're going to put it in mathematics, fundamentals, and this is going to be 02 because it's the second in the lineup with De Morgan. 02, De Morgan, elements of arithmetic. But for this one, I'm going to give it a numbering as well, which is going to be section 1, or it's actually going to be book 1, section 1. So II. All right, let's go ahead and save it. All right, and doing its thing, taking its time. There we go. And so what I'm going to do is up here, we're going to give it the same titling schema. It's the same titling schema of elements of, it's going to be the elements of arithmetic. So E, E, O, A. Okay. But we're going to give it the book number, which is here, book number I, book number 1, and section number 1. Okay, so that's the numbering system, and then after that, it's then going to be the page number. Okay, so this is page number 1 of elements of animation, not elements of animation, elements of arithmetic, book 1, section 1. Okay. We'll then use this over here to then create the page. All right. All right, and let's go ahead and get started. So we have numeration. And numeration is pages 1 through 13. So we're just going to scroll on over to that, and this is Book 1, Principles of Arithmetic. So we're already in Elements of Arithmetic, but this is Book 1, Principles of Arithmetic. So we start here, and this is Book 1, Principles of Arithmetic. So here, this is a new line, and this is principles. That is prin. You remember, this is prin, and then just an S at the end to show that it's the plural. If we go there, we check it out. We look at principle, and that is correct. The principles of arithmetic. Now, one thing that's going to be nice is since this is a school or a textbook for younger students, then we're going to see a bit more of a simple vocabulary, which is nice for me. So this is Book 1, Principles of Arithmetic, like so. Okay? And that's here to show that it's the title. Let's go through Section 1, Numeration. So this is Book 1, Principles of Arithmetic, and then this is Section number 1. Now, Section number 1 is, it's going to be section, like that. Section. Let's go ahead and check to see if that is correct. That is section, and that is section number 1. New line. Numeration. 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 That's going to be number, new, ration. Numeration. And it is indeed one of the words. Now that's interesting. This one has a numeration. So it is slightly different from number. Numeration. Here we go. Numeration. And this is a new line. Here we go. Number 1. This is paragraph number 1. Imagine a multitude of objects. So we go imagine. Imagine. Think about imagine. It's imagine, like that. Imagine. Let's go ahead and check, make sure. Nope, it has an E at the beginning. Okay. Imagine a multitude. I'm going to say it's multitude would be enough, but we'll check. Imagine a multitude. Let's see, is that correct? Multiform, multifarious, multitudinous, multitude, multiplex, multiple, Okay, so I can see the use of that term, multiplicity, multitudinous. There is multitude. So multitudinous is the phrase that we're looking for. And so we can do tude, multitude, okay? So we get to do both those terms together. It's multi, the multi prefix. Man, this is just about the most, I tell you, as I stop to kind of give thought to this, I'm realizing this is probably the most nerdy thing ever. Copying an old 1840s book on arithmetic by De Morgan of De Morgan's Law in Greg's shorthand. I mean, what am I doing? I wasn't called throwback for nothing. So we have multitude. What do they say? Maybe I'm some old being locked away. So we have multitude. So there's multitude. Let me go ahead and add it to the dictionary. Multi. There we go. Imagine a multitude of objects of, and then object is just OB, right? Imagine a multitude of, yep, objects, and this one would be OB, and then object is S, of the same kind, of the same kind, assembled together. That would be AS assembled. What is that one? Assembled. I can't remember assembled. Let me check in the reference here. Assemble, okay? So we pull this over there. Assembled, let's see here. Of the same kind, assembled together. Tog. Assembled together. For example, and I remember I did do for example because we added it to the dictionary. If you remember, for example, it's F like so. For example. Let me check to confirm that that is the case. For example. And that, yep, that's it. For example, a company of horsemen. For example, a company, that's going to be, I'll guess at it and then we'll test. So this is company. I don't like the look of that. I don't think that's right. But what's the worst that can happen? Company? No, I take that back. Company is KP. I remember that now. Company is those two. Yeah, it's just a KP. If we take a look at the strokes. Yes, all right, good. So one of the, for example, a company of horsemen. Now, horse is going to be HRSMN. Just a long stroke. So if we try that, that's, ooh, now here I don't know about this one, because here, that question of the S, it's the question of the S. Does it belong to the M or does it belong to the R? I'm going to say that it belongs to the M in this instance, so that means that it's turned backwards away from the R. like so. Boom. Boom. Let's check it. Here we go. Horseman. Okay. Let's check the lineup. Horseman. Ah, can't spell. There we go. Nothing on horseman, so we'll go ahead and add that. Okay. A company of horsemen, period. One of the first things that must strike a spectator, one of the first things that must strike. Strike is STR, a diphthong, right? Let's check. That must strike, that's correct. That must strike. One of the things that must strike a spectator. Now, spectator would be SPEK, and then tator. Tator. It's probably some variant of that. Let's check it. Spectate, and then okay, so spectate, and then you take the R, add it to the end. Very nice. So we have spectator. Okay. One of the first things that must strike a spectator, although unused to counting, although, that would be all, though. Is that although? Yes, good. Although unused to counting. This is unused. Would that be unused to? I'm going to assume that's what it is, right? Unused to. Yes, very good. So we have unused to counting, and that's K here, counting, comma, is, comma, that to each man there is a horse. That to each man. To each man there is a horse. There is a horse. Let's check horse. And yes, there is horse. Now, okay, there's horsemen, but not horsemen, as in plural. Not that it matters. There's horsewoman, but no horseman. Interesting. Okay, but we have horse, and that's all that matters. To each man there is a horse. Now, though men and horses are things perfectly unlike. Now, though men and horses are things perfectly unlike. Perfectly. Let's think about perfectly. PRFK, and then an E, maybe? So if we try perfect, that's PRFK, and then maybe an E at the end for perfectly. Okay, so there's no K, just perfectly. So PRFE. So PRFE. Now, are things perfectly unlike? Unlike. Yet, and yet is the curve on the backside. There we go. Yet, because there is one of the first kind, yet, because there is one of the first kind to every one of the second, to every one of the second, one man to every horse. A new notion will be formed. A new notion will be formed in the mind of the observer. In the mind of the observer. Oh, observe. I'm not sure what observer is. Is it some sort is it a variant of obvious? Observer. Oh, okay. Very nice. So you take observe, and then you add the ending at the end. Very nice. So go ahead and oh, bother. And I just added like a sentence. Ah, it crashed. What a shame. Close. That's why you save the documents more often than not. Okay, over on this side. So where was I last? Now, although, for example, imagine assembled, for example, a company of horsemen. For example, a company of horsemen. So where are we at? Now, one, where had we left off? Let's go put it back up here. Journal, open, application window. There we go. Okay. So let's continue. Where was I? Horseman. Horseman. One of the first things that must strike a spectator, although unused to counting. So although unused to counting, is that counting? Oh yeah, it's NT. It's NT. Although unused to counting, let's see. One of the although unused to counting, comma, is that to each man there is a horse. That to each man there is a horse. Okay. Now, though men and horses are things perfectly though men and horses now though men and horses are things perfectly unalike. Now, perfectly unlike, comma, yet comma, because there is one of the first kind, yet because there is one of the first kind to every one of the second, to every one of the second, good. Just want to make sure that it can be read. To every one of the second, okay, comma, one man to every horse, one man to every horse, to every horse, a new notion will be formed in the mind of the observer. A new notion will be formed in the mind of the observer. In the mind of the observer, which we express in words, comma, which we express. So that's express in words, which we express in words by saying what? What do we say? What are we saying? That's what we done, what we did. A new notion is formed in the mind of the observer, which we express, and let me check and make sure that that is indeed express. There's express, which we express in words by saying that there is the same number. Is that number? I think that was just num, right? There is the same number. That's correct. Number, 2 lines underneath for italics, of men as of horses. Of men as of horses. Period. And then we have a savage who had no other way of counting. And let's see, savage. There's savage. You savage, you. Savage. There we go. Who had no other way of counting. Who had no other way of counting. Who had no other way of counting, comma, might remember this number, might remember, and that, pretty sure that's remember, because that's not, yeah, because remind is the other one. There we go. Very good. Might remember. I wonder what happens with the page, because it... Please tell me that I saved it a little bit sooner. Oh, I hope so. I hope so. I always... It's so disconcerting. You're riding along and then suddenly, Zernal is not responding. Like, oh, come on, good friend. Why? Why? Oh. Well, we'll figure out what we lost it to. I'm pretty sure I took it at least a number, but we'll force quit. Oh. Hey, that's why you save stuff. That is the main reason. I remember that when I was taking computer science courses, and that was one of the first things that the instructor said was, you make sure that you are religious about saving your work, because the computers just, they decide, okay, I'm done, and then they just conk out. And even on the best of computers, that's the way. So, as you see, I lost up through number. So, gotta be better about it. I wonder why on this particular document it's being a little bit more buggy. Maybe because I have the PDF player pulled up as well. I don't know. Doesn't matter. All I know is that I just have to be more religious about saving. All right, so we have the same number of men as of horses. There we go. Horses. Oh, and I'll bet you that I forgot to update the screen as well. I did. One day, I'm going to be a real presenter, and I'm going to know how to do this stuff right off. But that's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm doing all this presentation work now with this. I mean, it's boring and it's dull, And that's actually a good thing, because if I can get all these bugs ironed out with the material that no one really cares to watch, then by the time I get to more complex and more important material, I'll kind of know what I'm supposed to be doing. So it's like killing three birds with one stone. Practicing shorthand, boring. Oh, and by the way, I just realized some of the text was not showing over here. There we go. And that's good there, that's good there. My timer just ended, so we'll call it there for right now. I'm going to go get some lunch, and then I'm going to be back to do more practice. And yeah, just keep on plugging away. Did it freeze? Oh no, it didn't. Okay. Anyway, so I'm going to be back in about 30-40 minutes, and just continue to plug away. So good. So in this session, what did we do? In this stream, we started the stream off with sourcing all of the books, the classic texts, which are going to be really useful. And what else? We sourced that. We got the page set up for starting to work through doing copy work on things like arithmetic. And poor Zernal. It's frozen now. It's frozen. So I don't know what to do with it. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and force quit it for now. But anyway, so like I was saying, we got all the books we need. We have everything pretty much. If you wanted to do a free course on mathematics from general arithmetic all the way up until calculus, linear algebra, statistics, everything, that's all in the Google Drive, once again, below this video. So you can look at that. You can use that to your leisure. And if anything, it at least gives you a good historical understanding or basis for mathematics, which the modern method, all it does is it's going to simply augment what was already covered about 100 years ago. Okay, and so we did that. We did some more copy work, and when I come back, we'll probably add some words. We'll start off by adding words to the dictionary. I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, and 47. 47 words to add to the dictionary, and yeah, we'll just keep on plugging away. So anyway, be back shortly. Have a good break. Adios.